All right, what's going on, everybody? I think I'll go ahead and get started. I'm gonna try and keep this as short as possible. It's really impromptu and uh, probably only gonna have a couple of people here, but the recording will be available, and I'd like to start doing this on a regular basis. Um, let's just get going. Maybe if there's any possible way somebody could let me know that they can at least hear me. I don't want to be talking to myself this whole time. And that you can see the chat on the side of the page. Awesome. Perfect. You can hear me. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to get going. I'm going to work through a couple of things on TradingView first, and then, hold on, my son just walked in. The joys of working at home. Sorry about that. So I wanted to go through oil real quick. I want to go through S&P and maybe DXY just real quick. It's sort of like the video wrap up or the video that I do every day. Oil had a great move last night. Kind of didn't see that one coming that quickly. I would assume that 29 would be a reasonable target for it. Now, like I said in the video yesterday, we are operating off of like structure that is unbelievable, actually. 2003, 2004 type of structure right now. Basically, 29 to 25 would be a place where I can't see this thing really just plowing through, right? I said that in the video yesterday. This is pretty incredible in terms of the amount of movement that they're getting on this, and it's exploded dollar CAD. Like I said, that 144 on dollar CAD, we'll see it in a minute, was taken out way. It was way stronger than I was expecting it to be. So I don't want to waste a lot of time on this, but S&P, okay, making a pretty big move today. Still within the range, okay, this range that we've talked about for quite a while now. It would need to break down 1820, 1821 for me to really start thinking that the S&P is in horrible shape, okay? Next week, it'll be interesting to see how this all reacts, right? If we come in on Monday and you got a limit down, or you got some Chinese event, or you got something that absolutely hurts the market over the weekend, you could see a pretty interesting move there. But other than that, I mean, I would assume, I mean, as of right now, that wick, that liquidity has just been ticked, okay? The next stop would be sort of this area right here at 1854, maybe back into 1870, okay? So 1850 to 1870 looks like a pretty interesting level for the S&P. But if it drove through those pretty quickly, you would see a fairly, sort of like you're seeing in oil right now, and you're seeing it a little bit on the S&P, but you'd see a knife through butter if these levels started going. And then DXY real quick. DXY is still in that formation. All right, it's still in that sort of ascending triangle, or whatever they call it. Okay, all I know is it's higher lows, and it's pushing towards areas of liquidity. Okay, and that's the 99.40 all the way up to that 100.4. So about $1 of space in there that we hit a while ago. Not sure how that's going to play out. I mean, obviously the normal situation here would be a trend continuation. So that would translate into dollar weakness dollar strength on our pairs that we're already seeing. against AUD in New Zealand and CAD, okay, against the pound. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out next week. I would expect continued dollar strength, and we're gonna keep trading like that's gonna happen. Let's go into this real quick. Let's just go over to the pairs, okay? I'm gonna try. I put a line on every pair that indicates where the week started, and we're just gonna I'm gonna try and walk through and see if there's anything that we missed or that we could get better at. And if you have any questions, please, by all means, throw them up in the chat right now. All right. And if you watch the video later, feel free to email me or go into the Slack chat room and ask them there. But I'm going to try and move relatively quickly. It's the middle of the day on Friday. I know everybody's busy. So Euro, I went back through this and in all honesty, with it moving back and forth across the 200, like I've talked about all week, I'm very comfortable with how I didn't trade this week. Okay. There was nothing here. I mean, could you go back right now and put fibs on it? Sure, you could, but who cares, right? I mean, going live through this and working my way through it this week, there was nothing that I looked at and said, you know what, I missed a trade on this. Okay. So, I'm relatively happy with how we've dealt with Euro on the levels trades. Odd dollar. This one, I think I mentioned it Tuesday or Wednesday when I wasn't able to make the video or to send out the levels. The one that we missed was this trade. Okay, that one bugged me. I wanted that trade, and I wanted it to. I wished I was able to get the orders in on that one. Okay. Did we miss a little bit of a trade right here? Possibly. Yeah, but that's a tough move to fib. You know, that's a hard one. It didn't go to 786. And like I said, okay, I said it in the video yesterday. If it's something that you want to do, that you want to go and put a 382 in or something like that, that's fine. As I explained yesterday, I'm doing 786 and 886 purely for risk management purposes. Okay. That's how I've decided to keep the risk as low as possible and allow for the biggest gains when we get into those trades. Okay, so could you go a 382? Absolutely, you could, but you're going to, if you're using structure stops, you're gonna have to do something a little bit different in terms of position sizing and doing some of those things. And you're just, look, overall, okay, if you get in at a lot of 382s and you have to sit there and wait, and you got to wait for them to go 618 or you got to wait for them to go 786, it can be kind of draining and just tiresome and frustrating to have to watch those drawdowns all the time. So is it a wrong way to do it? Not at all. But is there some peace of mind and just being like, okay, I'm going 786, 886, and if it's wrong, I'm wrong quick, and if not, we get some pretty good pip movement out of it. So that's the reason for it. But you're free to do whatever you want. This will be the next move on odd that I'll be looking at. This hasn't fractaled yet, and it looks like this will probably want to take out that low again. So as soon as this creates a new fractal low, I'll be looking at fibbing off of this candle and hopefully getting an order on this next week. Dollar yen, here's where our week started. This one, again, we had that one potential trade right here that was pretty, maybe I can't see the line. Yeah. We had our one potential trade right here that would have been absolutely awesome. Then we could have thrown our sell stop in and been on this trade. Again, it's just unfortunate that it fell on the one day that I wasn't able to be around the computer. I guess that's trading for you. So next week we will be looking at this piece of structure right here. If again, we need a fractal low, and we need awesome. Good to see you. Trade well. We need a fractal low to come in, and then that will be the structure that I'll be looking to work off of next week. Pound dollar. Okay. And I think I mentioned this yesterday in the video that we were going to talk about how I couldn't, I couldn't fib. Hey guys, how's it going? Glad you could make it. So I want to talk about how when I talk about not being able to fib, okay, when I talk about there was no place to set a fib for me, it was just because I'm uncomfortable with how the structure is going, okay? And in this instance, if we look at pound dollar, all right, where would be the places that we could potentially fib this? If we were trying to get super aggressive and we just believed that pound dollar was just going to, you know, crank to hell and there was nothing going to stop it, which in all honesty, when do we ever, I mean, I can never get my head around that idea because I come at the market from a fundamental belief that it's an oscillator and that it's going to move back and forth. So when I see moves like this on 4-hour charts, I have a tough time. I mean, even if you look at this on a 5-minute chart, I would still have a tough time getting into this and believing, I guess, you know, that it was going to continue down in a straight fashion, like dollar CAD has gone straight up, right? So if we look at this, okay, these are the possible areas of fibbing that I could see over the last few days, okay, or the last few weeks. And that, to me, okay, the only one that I see, okay, actually I see two of them. I see this right here, okay, that it didn't even go 718, all right, and I see oh, I'm sorry, what am I doing? Did I draw that right? Yeah, I'm good. So that, yeah, I was looking away for a second. So that one and potentially this one, and that one didn't go 718. So when I look at this, okay, versus what we just saw over here, okay, in dollar yen, right? This is a move. Yeah, exactly. So distinguishing between a shelf and structure, okay? That's a great way to say it, okay? There are a lot of shelves in here. Okay, there are a lot of shelves, but there's no structure to me. And that may be super annoying to hear, and that may be something that I can never actually quantify or qualify in a proper way for you. But just as you look at things over time, okay, you will probably come to the same kind of conclusions that it is difficult to. I can't fib a shelf. Okay, I have a hard time fibbing a shelf, but I can fib the structure, and I don't see any structure in this move. And when I don't have structure, all we can go off is continuation type of stuff, and you know it's hard to put in a sell stop. Look, if we had to try and put sell stops in here, you know, these moves, you know, we don't even get oversolds on the stochastic, overboughts. It's a tough place, okay? It's just a tough place for me to, if you want to, increase risk and go tight and do some of those kind of things, then I guess you could do it. And you just want to try and catch this momentum as best as you can. That's definitely possible. The one thing that I'm starting to get to, and what something that you will definitely see in the short-term inventory coming up is being able to get into these moves when they first start and being able to hold on to them for longer. Okay, the maddening part of trading, I think, and what I'm coming to in how I'm working on things is always trying to jump in and out and be right on all of these moves. Okay, I think I've said it a lot of times before. I want to be right as few as times as possible, and I don't always act like that. I always act like a drunken monkey, I think Jason calls it, and try and play every move. But I mean, the longer you're in this game, the more that you realize that the money's made I think like Livermore said, man, he's like, you never make money when you buy and sell. You make money when you sit on your hands. And my goal for this year is to find places to sit on my hands more, and then do other cool stuff, right? So trying to figure out, okay, all the places to enter and all of the places to exit, is only something that can be done in hindsight, right? We can look at this chart now and say, well, why didn't we get in here? Or why didn't we do this? Well, because every time before this, when you get in here, it shoots all the way back up to the 200, right? Or it goes, and does something completely different than it does here. So forming an overreaching sense of rules and system. I tweeted it out yesterday. I know it's getting long. Sorry. I read a Scott Adams blog that I read a long time ago that was talking about systems versus goals, right? And all the people that are successful in business and all these other areas of life, they have this. Not all of them, but the guys that he was talking about had this overreaching view of life that was have a better system than a goal, right? Our system can produce in any environment, whereas a goal, you're going to hit it and then you're going to be like, well, crap, I hit my goal and now I don't know what to do with myself. Do I have to set another goal and then constantly strive for the next goal, or can I basically find a way to sit and do the same things over and over again and find consistency and mastery in that? So that's where I'm headed this year. Okay. And I think it's going to be really cool. So we got a question on where would you gotten into GU? Okay. Some of that I'm going to tell you that I'm going to save it because how I would enter this. Okay. Some of how I would enter this is in short-term inventory and LTF stuff. If you've been in the chat room, you know what I'm talking about. There are two ways to enter this trade right now that I'm absolutely going to be talking about coming up in the very near future. But I don't want to get into it right now because it would require a huge amount of explanation. Okay, on a levels basis, okay, on a pure levels trade basis, we don't look for turns. We don't look for anything regarding tops or bottoms. We just try and find the middle chunks of these moves, right? We try and find the places where structure's in place and we can benefit from that structure. And on a pure levels basis, this is. Oh no, you're not. Don't consider yourself behind the ball. I'm trying. I hate to be vague, and I hate to say that kind of crap because I just want to launch into it right here. Like I just want to like spend the next 3 hours just going through this stuff with you guys. But I gotta be patient and organize it and put it in the proper context for you. Okay. But on a structure basis, on a levels basis, just taking the meat of these moves, this is a very difficult place to put fibs. Okay. Again, sorry to be going so long. New Zealand dollar, nothing here that I feel like I missed out on or didn't see properly. Okay, this fib didn't go anywhere near our levels, and now we may be able to. In fact, this may be a great place to have a fib going forward into next week. Okay, so New Zealand dollar, I feel like we did pretty well. Dollar CAD. I feel like we did pretty well. I didn't trade this. I knew this 144 was gonna break out. Okay, the way that they defended this. All right, that's a place to me that was like, yeah, that's gonna explode. I didn't realize it was gonna be almost 150 pips explosion, but it definitely happened. In terms of how we played this, okay, if you fib any of these, if you want to fib this candle, You could get a 786, 886, okay? But I'm not going to fib one candle. I'm just not going to do it, okay? I can see places in here where that was going to happen, but overall, in terms of structure and shelves, just like we talked about in pound dollar, there's nothing here that I can do, okay? There's just nothing here that I can do, and it's frustrating as heck, okay? That's why I'm trying to take this another step. I'm trying to take all of this to the next level that allows us to capitalize on these freaking moves, because sitting here and watching these go by is enough to make me throw up, okay? So I don't feel like I don't feel like there was any part of that move that levels trades could have captured. All right, pound New Zealand. Pound New Zealand. This one, starting of the week. Okay. This one I feel like I missed out on a little bit, okay? I wasn't looking at this properly, and I feel like I missed out on this one a little bit. I need to be better about recognizing the 200 was throwing me off, okay? And it can't. In pure levels trades, it can't throw me off. This is a place where I should have been looking at the structure and saying, okay, there's a tradable opportunity there, okay? With New Zealand dropping the way that it was, I should have realized there was a better opportunity here. So that's that one. Okay, I don't think that was a Tuesday problem, was it? 12, 13, 14. No, that was a Wednesday. So that one's totally on me. Okay, that missed trade is totally on me, and I need to be watching that a little bit better. I think in the video yesterday we said that now we are looking for this kind of move, which I still am. Okay, I'm still gonna take this structure on. I'm probably gonna size myself down a little bit, because I don't want to get trapped in a some kind of a crappy move around the 200. Okay, trading when, or like we saw in the euro, when things are right at the 200, it's a difficult place to try and make the best trades happen. But we're going to go for this one and see what we can do, because the buy structure really is pretty nice. Pound odd, there was nothing in this one. This one is acting a lot differently. Okay, this one is moving around the 200. So there was nothing here that I looked back at and said, in review, would I have played this any differently? Not at all. Okay, not at all. This one is this one just is kind of stuck right now. So not even sure how I'm going to be looking at that next week yet. So we'll just have to be patient with that one. Euro yen, this yeah, this has been awesome, right? So barely missed getting stopped out at my break even 128.80. And now we've been sitting in this 30, 40 pip range for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, basically 8 bars now. This is it, Euro yen, right, has these amazing trending awesome moves, right? This perfect little pullback up into structure, boom. I mean, structure's a hard word to say on that one, but it was definitely a place where sellers came in and did not want that to pass. So but perfect pullback move, right? And then continuation that absolutely sucked. And like sometimes I just want to throw up my hands with Euro yen. I stay out of it for so long, and then find that one trade. I'm like, hey man, let's go for it. And then it does this to me. So I'm in it. My stop's still at 128.80, and I'm going to keep doing that. I'm praying for a breakdown. I mean, if you look at this, if you just look at how price has been acting, okay? Stop it. Unfortunately, it is making higher lows, and could it bust structure up or down right now? Yeah. Okay. It's a coin flip to me at this point. Everything's flattening out. Does it need another move back up to the 200? Does it need? I don't know. It's a total coin flip to me at this point in time. Okay. So I'm just gonna wait this trade out, and I'm not gonna take it out early. I'm not gonna try and take 15 pips on it. I'm just gonna leave it at break even, and I don't want to get caught in anything if it messes up. I'm not gonna leave a stop out of the money, but I'm also not gonna try and guess this one and take small pips on it when it's still a coin flip. So that's how I'm doing. I'm viewing euro yen. I think in the video yesterday I talked about putting in some possible structure here. See, this is a perfect example. Okay, this is a perfect example of trading around the 200 and running into some problems. Okay, when the 200 comes into play. Okay, structure works absolutely the best above or below the 200. Okay, because obviously, why is that? Because above or below the 200 is when price is actually moving. Okay, on any chart, whether it's a 1 minute or a weekly chart. Okay, if you're above or below the 200, you're probably moving in that direction. Okay, or you're making a counter trend move back towards the 200. When price is at the 200, it's like being at some sort of fair value or a median or mean value, right? Like this is a fair value for odd New Zealand right now, and this is why I'm going to be sizing any of those pound New Zealand orders that I take much smaller, because I don't want to get trapped in this kind of situation. Okay, so is this structure up? Absolutely. Okay, I've got no doubts about whether this is a buy structure right now. If this structure breaks down, that's over. Okay, the 200 is back in play on the downside, and you can think about selling again. But this is why putting in fibs or trying to manage structure around the 200 is difficult. Okay. Gosh, that was fun. I've got like 11 people here. That's freaking awesome. Does anybody have any questions before I go? Anything that I can answer now and I don't have to be a jerk about and hold off on? Ben, should be worried about buying UCAD at the moment with the current oil situation. Buying UCAD with the oil situation, okay? This is in one of those moves that I don't know how. It's almost like oil's not even really playing into it anymore. Okay, let's go back to our oil charts just real quick, and I mean it's the perfect storm, right? Because you're getting both dollar strength and oil weakness in the same pair, right? And I don't know. I think that, look, I would be here's my thing on oil. Okay, oil below 29, I'd be very hesitant to keep selling it right now. Okay, I don't. I'm not sure that selling oil or buying CAD right now, or selling CAD right now is exactly the right thing to do. Okay, I would be, if you want to try and do it on a lower time frame, then absolutely go for it. Okay, but know that this is getting to an area of price that is congested and could provide some kind of support. Okay, where the actual liquidity is, I don't know on oil. Okay, everything is so messed up now. 3280 was my real liquidity area, and it wasn't supported there. So I would expect this to find support somewhere between 25 and 29. Now, what does that translate into dollar CAD? Okay, if I go back, I've been looking at this monthly chart over and over and over again. Okay, and let me get this line off of here so y'all can see this. Okay, this is the fib structure that I'm looking at dollar CAD on a monthly basis. Okay, I think I put this chart up on Twitter in the chat room a while ago. All right, this 144 is where we just broke out of. Okay, 143 was this wick here, and I had both of those lines on it. Okay, that was sort of my cushion area that I figured stops were going to have to be run at some point. Okay, but now I think, okay, and this is just pure, IMHO kind of crap, okay? But 146.60 at the 786 fib of the monthly seems like a legitimate place for this to find resistance, okay? That seems to me like the place where if anything's going to happen, it's going to be there. Okay? Now could it just slice right on up through that and start trying to take out 150? I mean, absolutely. Long story short, okay, long story short, don't, whatever you do, sell the dollar CAD right now, okay? Whatever you do not sell the dollar CAD. Buy it, that's fine. Move stops, okay? Put in the money stops and get it going on pullbacks, okay? The 4-hour chart is like pretty incredible right now in terms of shelves, sort of like GU, okay? If you start looking at, I'm just going to do these because they're straight, and I hate those little trend lines, okay? Sorry, they're going to go all the way across the screen, but, the shelves on dollar CAD right now are, pretty impressive. I'm not going to round these or anything just for time-wise, okay? I think this is structure down here, okay, at 138, 138.20-ish, and you've got these shelves that are working their way up now, all right? And this thing is probably going to put in another new shelf right here at 44.20. And so while these shelves are intact, okay, and this goes for any pair or anything that you're working on, okay? If you're working on a shorter term time frame or something, or you're trading something else, you look at a 4-hour chart and you see these shelves. As long as the shelves don't break, buy it. I mean, just buy it. And we're going to get into more of this in the course in 2 weeks, but these are buyable situations, and we have to train our brains to not want to sell this crap, okay? And we have to train our brains that when things are doing this, we buy them. When things are doing this, as long as they don't break structure, we buy them, okay? And so I'm not worried about buying UCAD, but I want to buy it at opportune times, okay? This pullback today was, probably a pretty decent, 60 or 80 pip pullback to buy dollar CAD. I didn't do it because I'm not trading today, but it's been an off week for me. I'm traded very much at all. Just been thinking about a lot of other crap. So, that is the short answer that went long on should you buy dollar CAD right now. STI sign-up sheet, okay, will go out a week from Monday. I'm going to allow sign-ups from Monday the 24th until Friday morning, and then we'll actually the 29th, and we'll start the course on Friday afternoon, the 29th. Gosh, I think it's going to be so much fun. As much fun as I'm having doing this right now with the live stream, I can't even imagine how much fun I'm going to have doing the course with you guys. And like, honestly, I think 1 hour is just, we're going to go on forever. I could totally feel it right now. We're just going to go on for like an hour and a half or 2 hours every day, because we're just going to be like getting into this crap and parsing it and working on it. So I'm getting really excited and I can't wait. So any other questions? Awesome. Guys, everybody, thank you for showing up today. Sorry it was so late notice. Plan on this every Friday, though. Plan on doing this every Friday, even when we're in the course. This is specifically for levels trading, okay? And you can count on this every Friday now, okay? So I'm gonna get out of here. Have an awesome day. Have an awesome weekend, and I will talk to you guys on Monday.